this is Reggie, our 2018 Peugeot Boxer camper van, and just a short video here to show you around and introduce you to the key features. First of all, our key set. We've got the Peugeot key, the water key just here, and the stop lock key just there. You've got a little pop-up table here which has got a couple of catches underneath that you use to drop it back down again. And then as we enter the van, we've got the sink here with running water, hot and cold, and just at the back here is the isolator switch for the water. It's generally fine to leave this on. What it's worth noting is when you're using the water, if you continue to hear the pump running, it's just worth turning that off briefly and switching it back on again. Sometimes it just doesn't cut out quite as it should. Hot water is away and out, and cold water is forward and out. We've got the 2-ring stove just here. When using this on the electric hookup, the lighter function for the ignition will automatically work. However, if you are off-grid and not plugged in, you need the little lighter to ignite the gas stove just there, and that can be found in the drawer just here. We've got an electric one of those just there, so that's how we light the stove when we're not plugged in. We've got the fridge just here, full under-counter fridge. Got it turned on at the moment, all ready to go. The control panel's just at the top here, so you've got on and off, and then the different settings for the temperature, which sometimes if it's really hot it's worth turning up, otherwise it runs quite steadily. And this runs regardless of whether you're on or off grid. It runs off the 12-volt solar system. We've got the heater outlet just there, and the fixed double bed at the back. It's loads of storage, cupboard space. We've got the kitchen equipment at the top here, pots and pans, the grater, Tupperwares, a little cafetiere, and a picnic set just here which has got a couple of plates and some cutlery in, which is quite handy if you're popping out. There's a little jug at the back just there. And in this cabinet we've got the 4 big plates, 4 small plates, 4 bowls, a pop-up bowl at the back, a large bowl at the front here, and the colander, 4 tumblers and 4 wine glasses. And there's also our handy little mini Roberts radio which we're going to leave in the van for your enjoyment. So yeah, that's there. On this side we have got more storage. This one is empty, but in this one we've got some handy electricals, some fans, see if I can get those light up, some fans, some electrical cable, charging cables, importantly the little level which we use to put the van on and off the chops and get the level right for the van. And there's another big fan at the top just here. If the temperature is a bit high in the van, you can cool yourselves down with that. On the top level just here we've got the bath mat for the shower, little handy storage thing with a washing bag and a little fly bat, picnic blanket, and then this little one at the top's just got some handy games in it for families or for rainy days. So that's the top bit. The cab setup just here, this is with the seats facing forwards. They've got these little red handles which you just basically slide back, and then the chairs will rotate. You occasionally need to move them forward or back in order to rotate them fully. Not done that one enough, let me just do that a bit more. There we go. So then they will spin into the rear facing position, and the driver's seat does exactly the same. And we've also got the stop lock just stowed down the side there, which we use every single time we're parked up. Our internal storage consists of this slight little tambour cupboard. It's got a few bits of salt and pepper, oil, that sort of thing, which are handy when you're just somewhere for a few days. We've also got our fire blanket underneath, and there is a fire extinguisher in the corner. Moving over to the central storage, this is where we pop the mugs. We've only got 3 at the moment, one of them got broken. I will be replacing that. And we also have a kettle and toaster. This only works when you're plugged in and on a really stable electrical hookup, so it's worth just bearing that in mind. We've also got our chopping boards and our drainer mat stowed in there as well. Mustn't forget our little wine storage that we've got down the side here. It's got little carpeted pockets which help to stop the rattle when you're driving along. Don't know if you can see that. And then just up to the storage cupboards above the bed, there's 4 of these. Each of them has got a large basket for clothes or items and a smaller one. So all 4 of the cupboards above the bed have got that storage. Underneath the cabinets, there's little lights that you can see just there. And there's also, I don't know if you can see it in the corner, a USB charging point, USB-C and USB-A. And that's replicated also on this side, just there. Our bathroom is just here. In travel mode, we stow our bins, our steps, our collapsing water bowl, washing up bowl, and towels in here. The shower setup, like I say, is in stowed position, so we fold the head within the arm of the shower. It's a mixer shower, so runs on with hot and cold water. Just be cautious of the temperature. Sometimes it can be high, so make sure you check it before you take the plunge. Like I say, we store our bin in here as well when we're traveling, and then we have this little bin for toilet paper when it's just for number 1s, because obviously the back part of the toilet isn't necessarily needed at that stage. We have a Simplu system in here, which is a separating toilet. Essentially, it's a sit-down toilet for everyone, men and women. The number 1s go in the funnel part at the front, and number 2s, there's a little handle at the back here, if you can see just there, which operates the hatch there for number 2s. They slide lovely in the back there. To empty the toilet, the whole top part, the seat and everything, comes away, lifts off in its entirety, and then you're left with the canister at the front here, which is where the urine goes, and the solids bag at the back just there. You place the little cover over the, difficult to do one-handed, over the canister, and the whole thing just lifts out. This should be cleaned only with warm water and washing up liquid. Thoroughly cleaned, lid on, give it a rinse, swill around, and then no harsh chemicals, because it can cause a breakdown in the plastics. And then number 2s, they go into this little bin liner or a sack, whatever you want to call it. When you're emptying that, there's this little rim that sits on the outside of the bucket. You lift the bag out, tie it off and dispose of it. We have got compostable bin bags if you're in a site which supports composting. If not, then the bin bags are sufficient. Once emptied and cleaned, it all slots back together again. This little lid sits neatly in there. Don't forget to clean this part. The funnel, the little hatch, it can be rested over on this side, which is how we tend to do it, and opened up. Clean all of the seat and everything so that it's free of germs and any mess. And then that, once again, tricky one-handed, sits straight back on again. So it's really easy to use, really easy to clean, and we tend to clean it daily. It does have an extractor fan at the back. I don't know if you can see. I don't know if you can see. No, there's a little pipe which has an extractor fan which takes out any nasty smells. So actually it works really effectively in the van. Moving to the control panel for the heating and the hot water and the fan, actually situated on the end of the top cupboards here. This is operated through the central dial button. By pressing it once, it brings up the menu. You've got the heating icon, hot water, the fuel, and the fan. So starting with the fuel option, if you're plugged in, then you'd want this on electric 1 or electric 2, dependent on the strength of the electric hookup. If you're off-grid, then the fuel option would be fuel, which would be then the diesel option. Leave it on that for the moment. By pressing this button once over the heating, it brings up off, but you just dial it to the right and you can see the temperature will come on and off. And this dictates whether the heating is on or off and what the temperature is. The hot water, again, the same. So you press it, it's currently off. You You can put it on eco, which is 40 degrees, or hot, which is 60 degrees. Eco is absolutely plenty. The fuel, like I mentioned, and then the fan the same. So it's currently off, but you've got the options of vent, which will bring in cooler air if there is any outside. And if the heating is on, let me pop it on, then the fan option actually comes up with a couple of different options: eco, low, or high, which will then dictate how powerfully the heating will come through the vent. So I'll turn all that off, and that is the control panel, like I say, situated on the corner of the van. We have this handy little tambour door which takes you through to the garage space, which is just here. This box I keep right here because it's actually got all of the cleaning equipment in it. So it's really easy to get to, handy for spillages or that sort of thing. There's a tea towel in there, washing up liquid, soap, cleaning products, pegs, that sort of thing. And then adjacent to that is our gas locker. So inside here there's a couple of, let me just shut that one down, a couple of little clips, top and bottom. See if I can do this one-handed. Oh. The answer to that was no, I couldn't do it one-handed. So in here we have our propane gas, which is what powers our gas stove within the van. It's inside a safe, which is a safety function, and you can turn that on and off using the control at the top just there. It's important to turn it off when you're traveling, just to save any gas accidents.